Hi, welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Justin Riley, and my first guest pointed out to me that we actually have a couple of guests today on this show from Cambridge. So I'm sitting next to Ken Kemler, who is the owner of Keystone Grill in Cambridge. Ken, welcome to the program.
Hi, thanks for having me here today.
Good to have you here. So tell us a little bit about your restaurant and some of the things that make it different or unique from other places in your area.
Well, it's a huge restaurant in a very small town. There's only 1,400 people in Cambridge, and we can seat 250 people. So it's right downtown, a friendly, casual atmosphere. We're kind of trying to go for a what they call out east a gastro pub, which isn't really a common concept around here.
Gastro pub. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Homemade food, a lot more healthier options. Everything's made to order. Everything's made from scratch that we can. But it's more a sports bar atmosphere, so it's more casual, fun atmosphere, but yet with all homemade food, not pre-made burgers and stuff like that.
Very cool. So we hear that you're in the process of making and packaging your own Cajun spice. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I started making my own Cajun spice, 10, 15 years ago, and I've used it at both of our restaurants for all that time. We do some blackening and just Cajun seasoning stuff, and people keep saying, oh, I want to be able to buy this. Can I buy this? So I started doing some research. I found a company that can mass produce it for me, and we're in the middle of waiting for a logo right now, and sometime in the next 30 days or so, we should have our Cajun spice in a few grocery stores and available at both restaurants for sale. And on the internet, we're hoping to have internet sales too.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on that. And do you
Thank
have
you.
it worked out, like where it's going to be sold, where we'll be able to find it?
I only have one confirmed place right now, but I have two other people that are considering it. So I should be in, if it works where we're expecting, 3 or 4 grocery stores and a few like novelty type places, more specialty kind of places that do local stuff.
Very cool. Well, we'll have to look for that for sure. Tell us where you're located and how people can find out more information about your business.
We're right on Main Street in Cambridge, right downtown Cambridge. From Madison here, it's straight down 1218. When you get to the split, bear to the right, and we're right downtown with all the other shops. We're on the internet. We have Facebook, Twitter. We do all the, trying to do all the modern stuff you're supposed to do.
Sure.
I'm pretty illiterate at those things myself, but I've got people to help.
You've got people.
Yeah,
so
we've got
people to take care of that. Yeah. Same here. Yeah, I don't do any of that here, but we have people who do, so that's good. Do you guys offer any dining options for larger parties or banquets? Like if I wanted to host a banquet or something like that?
Yeah, we have a large banquet room in the back, two rooms actually. We can fit 100, 115 would be the max for it. But we do a fair amount of smaller weddings, a lot of rehearsal dinners, bridal showers, baby showers, Christmas parties, meetings. We're pretty flexible. Like I said, we can seat 250 people in the whole place. We've got 5 rooms plus a patio. There's just, we have a lot of options, things we can do. We only use the front 2 sections most of the time, and the rest is there for meetings and banquets and stuff. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I want to make sure I get to this question because you also have another business, a sandwich shop. I almost said Santa shop. Sandwich shop.
It's
you can see
seasonal.
what's on my brain. Sandwich shop in Fort Atkinson. Can you give us a brief idea of what you guys offer there?
Yeah, that's
First of all, tell us the name of the
Ken
shop.
and Betty's Philly Steaks and Hoagies. We're originally from Philadelphia, the suburbs of Philadelphia actually. We do real cheesesteaks. We got our bread shipped in from Philly. We got our meat shipped in from Philly. The chef and cooks, most of the cooks have been shipped in from Philly, so it's real, it's authentic. We any Philly people out there, Amoroso rolls, white American cheese, the real thing.
So if people want to get an authentic Philly cheesesteak, this is the place to go there.
Yeah, you can get them at Ken and Betty's or Keystone, but 100% authentic.
Oh, that you sell them at Keystone as well?
Yeah,
okay.
we do Keystone's burgers, Philly cheesesteaks, homemade pizza, our own dough and crust and all that, and good food.
Very cool. Good food, great prices, and it's all at the Keystone Grill or Ken and Betty's in Fort Atkinson.
Absolutely.
Check them out. Check out their website. Is it The Keystone Grill?
You got to put the "the" in there, you end up someplace in Indianapolis.
Okay, KeystoneGrill.com. And we'll be right back with Shon from S BBQ. We'll be right back with more Talk of the Town. Hi, welcome back to Talk of the Town. I'm sitting here with Shon and Sarah Jones, who are the owners of Double S BBQ in Cambridge. Welcome to the program.
Yeah,
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Good to have you here. So tell us where you guys are from.
I'm born and raised in southeast Texas, Orange, Texas. It's right on the Louisiana border, as far southeast as you can go.
Wow.
About 6 miles from Louisiana.
Wow. And how about you, Sarah?
I was born and raised in Madison, so I'm a local girl.
Wow, that's cool. That's cool. I'm just curious how you guys met. Is this a really involved story?
Yeah, not too.
Dancing. We met dancing.
We met
Oh, wow.
dancing.
We'll leave it at that.
I moved up here in '08. And,
Okay.
I was looking for a country place to dance, and we met dancing, and it went from there.
Very cool. Awesome. So how did you guys get started in the restaurant business?
It was an accident.
Pure accident.
He
Yeah.
got laid off from a job and started cooking. We started doing events and some catering, and we were renting a kitchen, but it was seasonal.
Sure.
So we had to build our own kitchen to be able to work year-round. And when we got done building our kitchen, we had a little space left over, threw a couple tables and a takeout window in, and here we are in the restaurant business.
Here you are. Wow. Getting started by accident, and it's unique because you have a pretty successful thing going on down there at Double S BBQ, and it's kind of serendipitous that it all happened by accident, I suppose.
Yeah, it is. It's true. It's like you're living your dream.
Yeah.
You know, you're getting to do something you really want to do.
Right. Right. Yeah. Absolutely. So, I mean, you guys are marketing authentic Southeast Texas food. Tell us why that's so unique.
Well, but I think it's so diversified. You know, being from Louisiana border, my mom and them's from Louisiana, so you get the Cajun blend along with the Texas barbecue, and our barbecue is way different than Hill Country Austin barbecue. You know, it's more moist. It's
Sure.
a different type, and then plus we have a huge Hispanic community where we do some brisket tamales and stuff like that, which it's really diverse.
Yeah. Lots of different melting pot of foods.
Right.
Of sorts.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Old Southern, it's old soul food, Southern.
Yeah,
type, yeah.
absolutely. Gotta love that. So this is the part where you guys get to brag a little bit. Tell us about the awards that you guys have won.
Yeah.
Well, Taste of Madison, 4 years. We've been in it 4 years. We've won ribbons all 4 years.
I won first and second for 3 years, and our brisket, when our bacon wrapped smoked jalapeno poppers. That's the only thing we ever enter.
Our buttermilk pie.
Well,
one year.
buttermilk pie took a
1 year.
award 1 year, and you know we just really pride ourselves on winning that every year. It's 4 years in a row, and then we've also won. We cook at La Fête de Marquette days for 4 years. We've been doing that event.
Sure.
And they had an appetizer category, and
A
I do
competition,
boudin,
yeah.
which is a Cajun sausage.
Sure.
And we actually won first place with the Cajun boudin balls, deep fried boudin balls. And
Wow.
you can ask what they are. Right?
Wow. Wow. So pretty much since you've been open now, you've been winning awards every single year.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
Correct.
Well,
Yeah,
congratulations
well,
on
thank
that.
you very much.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Right.
So, you know, lots of different barbecue places have their own line of sauces. Is that something that you guys do as well?
Yes, we do. We've always made our own sauce, but we now have it available. Both our homemade original and our homemade hot are available in bottles at our restaurant, and they're about to go into 400 some stores through a distributorship. And then eventually we'll probably do a few more sauces, maybe just a plain hot and a hotter, but
Awesome. Awesome.
And I also would like to throw in the boudin, which I spoke of. That'll be going to stores as well.
and
Oh,
our
okay.
coleslaw dressing also by popular demand. So
Very nice. Very nice. Well, Shon and Sarah, I want to thank you so much for coming into our studio today and talking about all this great stuff. It's gotten me very hungry. I skipped breakfast this morning, so we'll have to be sure to get down to Double S BBQ sometime in
Please.
Okay.
Cambridge. Check them out, Double S BBQ. They're in Cambridge, and we will be right back with more Talk of the Town. Don't go away. Welcome back to Talk of the Town. I'm sitting here with Lori Stern, who is the owner of a new restaurant called Cow and Quince in New Glarus. Lori, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
So good to have you here. And tell us a little bit about what you brought here. And I don't know if we can really see it on the screen here, but we brought a couple of things. Tell us what these are.
So basically, these are just like a little small bite. So they're a maple sage shortbread cookie with butternut squash butter, Farmer John Gorgonzola cheese, and a spicy pecan.
Oh,
so
wow.
just a sweet little bite. So I don't know, it's always nice to bring food when food is what you work with all the time.
And you
so.
said it was a little spicy, so maybe after the interview we could
Have
do
a little pop it
Otherwise
in,
we'll
sure.
Be going the whole time. So, okay. So one of the things that's really intriguing about your restaurant is you're really trying to focus on locally produced food, and it's my understanding that you didn't even really start out with a restaurant concept. It was more of just being like grocery and providing local food, and then you kind of decided, well, let's explore the restaurant end of things. You know, in the winter here in Wisconsin, there are not many farms that are producing during the winter. Like, how do you plan to get through that? Through the long winter where you can't get the local food as readily.
And it's going to be a challenge because we opened at the end of September, which wouldn't have been the ideal thing to do. So we had peppers and tomatoes that we could put up that would get us through the winter a little bit. Otherwise, our chef is looking at a pretty long Wisconsin winter with lots of microgreens, potatoes, squash, onions. But in terms of getting through the winter, I think part of it is just getting folks out of their houses. So we're looking at doing some special events. We have monthly dinners planned. So we just had one this last weekend that was very successful. The end of January, we're going to do a collaboration with Fisher King Winery in Mount Horeb. And we're going to do a wine pairing dinner. We'll do a Meet the Cheesemaker dinner and potentially a Meet the Beekeeper for the woman who supplies us honey. And so people have the opportunity to kind of get out of their houses, experience an amazing 4-course meal, and meet some of the folks that actually produce the food that they're eating.
Yeah, meeting the person who supplies the food, I think, is such a huge thing that we, nowadays in our society, we kind of take for granted that, oh, it's food, but we don't really know the people who produce it, and it's so nice to be able to put a face with that. So I'm just curious, how does Cow and Quince compare to other farm-to-table restaurants that you might that people might be familiar with?
It's really funny. I think we started Cow and Quince just merely because we live in New Glarus. We're surrounded by farms. We live on a farm.
Okay.
We have a bed and breakfast on our farm, and a lot of the folks that were coming to visit us were asking where they could get a farm-to-table meal, and certainly we were feeding them breakfast, and that counted. But being in a small town has its own challenges in terms of, even though we were surrounded by farms, really hard to get local food. And we're a small town, and so the demand isn't as great as it would be, let's say, in Madison.
Right.
One of the things that we have learned since we've opened is a lot of the folks from larger cities, when they come into Cow and Quince, are just really surprised at the price point, the casual atmosphere. I think farm to table has become synonymous with sort of upscale dining, and we really wanted to be approachable. Our chef is from New Glarus. He cooked at a really wonderful restaurant that's there and has cooked other places and understands kind of the Midwest palate, along with trying to say, we want to eat what is available to us in Wisconsin. So keeping it approachable, I think, and casual and affordable, so that even those of us that live in New Glarus feel that we can access that food and come in and have breakfast or lunch. I mean, we really started as a casual dining, and the dinners are something we do as special events.
Absolutely. So how do you guys decide what goes on the menu and what you sell on the shelves?
So we try to have this kind of symbiotic relationship. So basically what you see on the shelves when you come in that you might want to purchase as a grocery item is exactly what we're using in the kitchen. We don't even own a can opener, which is really great. So the eggs that you can purchase in the cartons is what we're using in flats in the kitchen. So all of our ingredients that whether it's making our waffles or what the meat that's in our dishes, the dairy, it's all locally sourced and very transparent, because you can purchase it on the shelves, and that's where, and we're using the same food. So it also, I think, helps because we're small, being able to use it in both places. So customers can come in and buy meat to prepare at their own houses, and we're using the same meat to put in dishes that we serve on the plate. So it's a nice way to have two outlets really in one business for the food.
Absolutely. Well, Lori Stern, I want to thank you so much for coming out and talking about Cow and Quince.
Absolutely.
Head on
Thanks,
down to
Justin.
New Glarus, check out Cow and Quince. It's It's great food. It's farm to table. We'll be right back with more Talk of the Town. Hi, welcome back to Talk of the Town. I'm sitting here with Kane Sivesind, who is the owner of Core Health and Fitness, and he's going to be talking about ways that we can make healthy New Year's resolutions. Kane, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much for having me.
Good to see you again. Tell us, what makes Core different from other gyms around town?
One of the big things I think is our culture and our community. So I don't know how many times you've gone to a gym and never actually talked to anybody or knew anybody's name there. But one thing is we really try to get to know our members very well. Any new member, our members come up and talk to them right away. And we found that the more personal we can get and get to know them, the quicker we can help them achieve their goals and the better coaches we can be towards them.
Awesome, yeah. Building that sense of community and,
Yes.
and creating a safe environment, I think it really helps people who maybe aren't as experienced of exercisers too.
Yeah, a gym can be a scary place to go to right away, and anytime we can make them feel more safe, the better it is for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. So what types of exercises do your clients perform during a typical session at Core?
We do a lot of full body workouts. So we've kind of got away from the doing muscle workouts all the time to full body with proper movement patterns.
Sure.
We're not a TRX gym, we're not a kettlebell gym, but we use a lot of different tools and throughout the workout to make sure you're ready for your everyday life. Whether it's getting ready for a great golf season or playing with your grandkids or just being more active in your everyday life, we just want to make sure you're prepared for that.
So it's not just a one-size-fits-all type of workout.
Exactly.
It's you look at what people want to be able to do with their lives and you try to cater to that.
Exactly, yes. Everybody gets a customized workout, but works in a group atmosphere of up to 5 people per coach, so it works out great.
That's awesome. Very cool. So now, before we started the interview, we mentioned making New Year's resolutions. People make these New Year's resolutions, and oftentimes they don't work. They don't follow through. Why do you think that is?
A lot of times people try to take off more than they can chew right away. They try to go to the gym 5 times per week, redo their diet, and they burn out.
Yeah.
After 3 or 4 weeks, it's just a little bit too much for them.
Yeah.
So instead of trying to overhaul everything at once, we try to make people make sustainable, small changes. So actually, research has showed if you try to make one habit change at a time, you can be 80% successful. As soon as you try to change 2 at a time, it goes all the way down to 30%.
Wow.
And if you ever try to change 3 at a time, it goes down to 10% successful.
Wow.
So going small changes sustainably is the way to kind of really make those resolutions work.
So if I'm somebody who's not eating poorly and not exercising, usually it'd be better to change one of those things at a time.
At least not completely change both
Right,
of them.
right.
Make small changes, baby steps is what we really try to preach.
There you go. Tell me a little bit more about Core's upcoming 6-week challenge.
Yeah, we've got a great 6-week challenge coming up starting January 12th, finishing up February 20th. And we have options for 2 or 3 workouts per week for non-members. It's a great way to kind of get in that mode and have some accountability for your workouts starting the new year. It's a great way to make those resolutions actually stick. We've got some awesome prizes for winners, and it's a really good atmosphere and a fun time.
Awesome. And I really think that emphasizing that group atmosphere for the aspect of accountability really helps out too.
Exactly, yes.
So,
Yep.
Yep. What is the one key that you would say is the one key to becoming healthier?
For us, I'd say it's consistency. You could have the best diet in the world, and if you're not consistent with it, no changes are actually going to happen. Same with the workout. If you're not consistent with it, what are you actually going to be able to accomplish? So being able to, follow something that's sustainable, something that you're going to enjoy and you're going to be able to do for the rest of your life.
Right on. And in that vein of consistency, what are some tips that you can offer to keep consistent with exercise and keep your motivation up?
We already talked about a little bit about accountability.
Right. Yeah.
Definitely either having a workout partner if you go to a gym or hiring a coach to help you with that. It's a great way to be able to keep that motivation high. The other thing we like to do is instead of tracking outcomes all the time, we track progress.
Sure.
So instead of saying, hey, I want to lose 20 pounds this year, and that's your only goal that you follow and just step on the scale every time, we say, hey, maybe we want to do 2 workouts a week or 3 workouts a week, or maybe it's I want to eat a vegetable with every meal.
Sure.
And we track that progress as we go instead of just tracking the outcomes.
Sure. Sort of progress, not perfection, I suppose.
Exactly, yes.
Kane Sivesind, thank you so much for joining us today. Kane works at, or is the owner of Core Health and Fitness. Check him out, and that's all the time we have for Talk of the Town. We'll see you next time.